a quiet house, a loyal dog, and a moment that changed everything. I never imagined that an ordinary evening with my golden retriever would open my eyes to just how disconnected I had become from my own life. While my husband chased career milestones and packed suitcases for business trips, I was at home with Rocky. Before I open up about this deeply personal story, please take a moment to like and subscribe for more heartfelt reflections like this one. It started a few weeks ago. Another business trip, another stretch of days alone in a beautiful house that had started to feel more like a museum than a home. My husband's work gave us comfort, yes, a lovely neighborhood, financial ease, stability. But something else had slowly gone missing. Something I couldn't name until that night. I sat on the couch, the living room dim and quiet. Not the peaceful kind of quiet, but the heavy kind. The kind that echoes. That's when Rocky walked over, rested his head on my lap, and just stayed. No words, just presence. Somehow that simple act, his quiet loyalty, brought a sense of comfort that music, TV, or scrolling couldn't touch. Running my fingers through his fur, I realized I hadn't truly felt in a long time. I'd been moving through the motions, meals, phone calls, social media posts, but not actually living them. Rocky, without saying a word, had filled a space inside me that I didn't even realize was empty. He's been with us since he was a clumsy little pup, always underfoot, always curious. Over the years, he became more than a pet. He became my quiet companion during the lonely dinners, the long nights, the weekends that blurred together. That evening, after another dinner, for one, I found myself whispering to him, "What would I do without you?" He looked up at me with those kind, knowing eyes and gave his signature tail thump as if to say, "You're not alone." And truly, that's what he gave me, presence. In a world full of noise and busyness, he simply stayed. When I was sad, he didn't try to fix it, he just curled closer. When I smiled, he wagged harder, always watching. Always there. Later that night, with an untouched glass of wine beside me and a TV show playing I couldn't even follow, he hopped onto the couch and pressed into me like he knew. And maybe he did. I whispered again, "You always know. Don't." "You?" The next morning brought an unexpected surprise. Rocky came in from the backyard with something in his mouth. A small leather-bound notebook. Intrigued, I opened it. Inside were faded notes, scribbles, pieces of thoughts left behind by someone else, someone I'd never know, but somehow, I understood them. Their words mirrored mine. Restlessness, sadness, the ache of having everything, yet feeling hollow. Sitting beside Rocky, notebook in hand, I told him, "You always bring me back to what's real." And I meant it. That morning, we went to the park. The air was crisp, laughter floated nearby, and I felt something shift. Sitting under a tree, I whispered, "I think I forgot how to live." Rocky's ears perked up, always listening. I remembered something my husband once said with a chuckle. Rocky's the best therapist money never bought. That day, it wasn't a joke. It was truth. Back home, I pulled out a blank notebook and began to write. Not for anyone else. Not for social media, just for me. The words came out like they had been waiting for permission. Memories, dreams, frustrations. Rocky stayed close the entire time. That evening, while stirring dinner, I admitted something out loud. Not really to him, but to myself. I always wanted to travel. Not for work. Not as someone's plus one. Just me. I wanted to wander, eat strange food, get lost and find something new. Rocky looked up, tilting his head like he always did when I said something that mattered. And in that silent moment, a question formed in my heart. Then what's stopping you? The next morning, something caught my eye on our walk, a flyer, taped to the window of a local bookstore. a creative writing workshop. My heart skipped. It wasn't a flight across the world, but it was something. A beginning. That night, I penciled the date into my calendar. A quiet promise to myself, just go. As the sun set and the sky turned amber, I looked out the window with Rocky curled beside me once again. I whispered, maybe this is the start of something new. He nudged my hand softly, and for the first time in what felt like forever, I wasn't waiting anymore.